I don't understand.
She doesn't understand me, but
he
that's
keeps telling me to share this thing, and I'm going to share it, but I don't really stop. Anyway, hi. Hey, everybody. It's Sunday, if you haven't figured that out yet.
Yep.
And welcome to our Sunday Eats and Treats.
There you go. Welcome.
I never say who I am, and he doesn't say who he is all the time, so we're going to start doing that just because
I know who I am.
I think we should introduce ourselves. Well, they might not. So,
I think most people do.
Hi, Cassie.
Hey, Cassie.
So I'm Judy.
And I'm Jody. So she's the better half, and I'm just along for the ride. So
I'm going to go share it. So, uh-oh, he's coughing.
Sorry, I'm going to try really hard not to cough today. I've been sick all week.
He's got this whatever.
But I've been doing a lot better today and yesterday. So we did a lot, got some rest, and so doing better. But I tend to have a little bit of a tickle here and there. So hey, Cassie, glad to have you with us. So nice we can see our comments today. So yes, it is still February. It's hard to believe that it's only a week away from March, and winter is not going away here. Yesterday we got a whole bunch of snow.
Which we expected. We saw that it would be snowing, and we're like, wow, okay, it really was snowing. And so that's really beautiful, but I honestly am ready for summer. Too late, I'm ready for summer.
Well, I knew when it got all warm that we were going to get tricked and that it was going to come and get us, and sure enough, it did. So
yeah, it did.
Snowed hard all day yesterday, snowed a little bit today, and so...
I think it's supposed to snow tomorrow, too.
I don't know, but it's
I
still winter, so we gotta endure to the end.
You know, the groundhog said there was going to be six more weeks of winter, and that's when it was 60 degrees here or 50 degrees here.
And she groaned.
What?
So did I.
No, I just didn't believe the groundhog. So,
yeah,
you know, is he really for reals? So anyway.
He's for reals, so.
So I just want to make sure. Okay, this time we can see comments, because I know last time when we were in Vegas and we were doing this, we didn't see the comments popping up on our feed here on the what is this? The phone?
The live feed.
Yeah, the live feed, but we see it on our computer. So I'm going to just keep checking it. Anyway.
There you go. Well,
hey,
welcome.
Yeah. So we are making and going to test out the Beachbody's peanut butter protein. No, not protein. Peanut butter oatmeal bars. That's the winner. I think I posted earlier this morning, like, what should we make? Which bar? And Cassie, a different Cassie, she said number 2 and number 4. And I wasn't sure which one we should do. And so I kind of like blended and thought, I'm going to actually choose a different one.
Well, and
so
I said number 2 and then number 4 next week. So I was looking forward to...
And I kind of actually am doing number 2. It's just a little bit different version.
Hi, Natalie. Glad to have you. Thank you for joining us. So what are we doing? So let's make some goodies, and then we're going to talk about relationships. It is February, and so February we've been talking about relationships all month. So... so where are we starting?
Okay, so I think we should first start with making these peanut butter bars. They're going to take 30 minutes to cook. So we'll start making this, but we want to talk about, I actually wanted to talk, okay, boy, my brain is like, it's going super fast. Honestly, when I was putting this peanut butter bar, the ingredients out, I thought about how this actually, what is it? It parallels relationships. So before we talk about that, I want to go ahead and tell you what's in this peanut butter bar that we're going to make. So right now, Jody is going to put together 2 cups of rolled oats.
In the bowl or the blender?
In the bowl.
Okay.
We're going to use the food processor later.
Okay.
So that's 2 cups of oats. And then this is a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and a half a teaspoon of Himalayan salt, the pink salt.
Okay.
Okay. And then we've got, well, they said chopped peanuts, but we actually are going to do walnuts because that's what I have. And I like walnuts better anyways.
Yeah, walnuts are better.
So that is about a 1/4 cup of chopped walnuts, and then a 1/2 cup of mixed berries. So what we did with the mixed berries is we're using the frozen one. And it's like the raspberries, everything's like dark purple in here. Can you see that? And it really was red one time. There's strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, and blackberries in this. We just did a frozen mix, and I just let it defrost. So anyways, and it's
want
been
that in here now?
Yeah, that's a 1/2 cup.
Okay.
So I think that's all, and I need you to mix that. It says mix it well. So here's the crazy thing about this. Did you just see that we put mixed berries in what's called a peanut butter oatmeal bar? I thought that was really interesting because I would think it's just going to be peanut butter, oats, of course, some cinnamon and salt, that kind of stuff, right? But I saw that they were mixing the berries in, and I thought, now that's an interesting combination. But here's the thing. When I think about relationships, I think that people come in many different, shapes, sizes, everything, right? But we come with different feelings, different opinions, different likes, dislikes, what else?
Different histories.
Yeah, different histories, different personalities. There's so many things that is involved in a person that when you come together with another person or friendships like that, everything, you're bringing a lot to the table. You're bringing a lot of ingredients into that relationship. So think about it. They're saying, hey, I'm thinking, okay, the things that complement each other would be, to me, cinnamon and oats, right? That complements each other. To me, that does. I just don't see the mixed berries in there, and yet I'm sure it's going to be just fine. But that's what I think about with relationships. I think about that we're just like a recipe, and we're so many different ingredients, and we're trying to blend together. And I think it's possible. But there's a thing that is actually a key ingredient for recipes. Hang on.
Hang on. All right.
Okay, well then, let's see.
So she's got us on the edge of our feet, waiting for that key ingredient.
Edge of our seat. Feet.
That
Joey
too.
said he wouldn't start coughing.
I'm trying not to.
Who's
I'm
with
trying
us?
really hard.
Natalie.
So,
Hey,
yes.
Natalie.
Okay, so what do I need to do
and
now?
Retha. Hi, Retha. Hold on.
Okay,
Say hi to
sorry.
people.
Hi.
Okay. Now we're going to put that aside.
Okay.
Okay.
Aside.
So we're going to put other ingredients together in this food processor. So we've got, so we're going to take 1.5 cups of almond milk.
Okay.
So this is the unsweetened original almond milk, and honestly, Almond Breeze is the best. I know that other people drink other stuff, and that's fine, but I'm telling you, I like Almond Breeze. Let's see, what else do we need to put in there? Oh, a banana. A large banana. They said cut it into chunks. Well, this one was frozen, so it's pretty soft, so I'm just going to drop that in.
Okay.
So that's just one large banana. Then we're going to do the teaspoon of extract, and then this is vanilla extract, and we don't use a teaspoon measurement, we use the cap. That's just what we have. That's just how we roll.
Okay.
This one, we're going to need the little spatula.
Okay.
Come back. And then that is 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. It's not going to pop out. 2 tablespoons of peanut butter and a teaspoon or a tablespoon of flaxseed. And it's supposed to be ground flaxseed. I don't have ground flaxseed, so I just put the whole flaxseed in there, which is going to get stuck in the teeth, but who cares?
Just adds a little bit of texture.
Tastes. Yeah, good
just
texture.
like some people add texture to your life.
Ooh, good one. That is a good one.
I have my moments.
He did. He has moments. Okay, and this is maple syrup. And that is a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. And we're going to blend this together in this food processor. Okay, last time we did this, he about broke it. So I'm going to do it.
I about broke it?
I'm going to break it. And that's what I was going to say, was like, you never know, right? I mean, I can't blame him, because it could happen to me that I could break it. And that's one of the things about relationships. Okay, hold on. Let me just... Uh-oh. Splattering?
It's splattering out over here.
Uh-oh, we don't have the guard on well enough.
It's on there, so.
What happened? See, instead of breaking it, I splatter it.
Oh well.
Let's see what happens. How did it come out when I have to... That's good enough. We're going to just do that. Okay.
Yes, turn it this way.
Yeah, so I need you to grab that bowl.
Okay.
So here's the key thing. Oh gosh, wait, there's a huge mess right here. So here's the key thing. Remember I talked to you about, like, there's a key ingredient that will help with all this, all these things. No, honey, let me just grab that, because I think I didn't pull it all the way off yet. The key ingredient are the binders, right? That helps, we're both having issues. Oh my gosh, there we go. That might help. The key ingredient, yeah, thank you.
Okay.
We're doing so awesome. Anyways, the key ingredient to a good relationship is the binder, right? And so the binder is right here, right now. What we're putting together is the banana. The peanut butter was a binder too for that. And also the milk, the liquid. So where'd that we're
got
doing
it
scoop
right
right
here.
now. Perfect. So what's that when it comes to relationships? What is the binder?
Are you asking me or them?
Okay, I'm going to ask you.
I'm gonna ask you.
Okay. So tell me, those that are watching, what's the binder in the relationships? If it's like a binder in this ingredient, and I told you it's like peanut butter, or it could be egg and cookies. It could be the oil or the
Okay, that's good to go.
shortening, or butter and cookies, or what's the binder? Let's see if I have anybody over here.
All right,
Oh.
so I'm going to tell you. So, comes down to love and respect. Those are my two big binders, love and respect. Am I right?
I would say so. I don't know if there's ever any wrong answers to anything.
No,
but
I think that really is the key, though. I mean, I think about a relationship that, well, not a relationship, a friendship that I developed a couple years ago. I was working at U.S. Bank late nights, and somebody asked me if I would work with one of the fellow workers that was very difficult to work with. And so I said, sure, I'll be glad to work with him. And so I went out of my way to be extra nice to this very difficult person. Sometimes I would bring in homemade cookies for the night, or I would bring him a Mountain Dew to help us get through the night. And one night, after about a year working with him, I came in and I could see something was bugging him. And he said, hey, Jody, can I talk to you? I said, sure. He goes, I got a question for you. He goes, why do you like me? I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, I recognize I can be a real jerk. I go, well, yeah, you can. He goes, but you're nice to me. I mean, you're becoming a friend. He goes, why do you treat me so nice? Why do you even want to be my friend? I said, well, honestly, Dale, is I see who you can become, and I treat you that way. And guess what? You've become that person. And he goes, yeah, it's interesting. He goes, over as mine and your friendship has increased, he goes, I've found that my relationship with my wife has gotten better because I'm trying to be nicer to her because you're nicer to me. And he goes, I just appreciate that you've been nice to me and been willing to invest in me and becoming your friend. And it just, that story just resonates with me. Is, there's a lot of people that are looking for a friendship. They're looking for someone to love them, someone to respect them, someone to listen to them. And sometimes they have cactus needles on them and they're difficult to love. But when you look past the needles and the hard outer shell, you find a heart of gold, and they're just waiting for somebody to love them and give them the courtesy and respect and the love to break open that heart, and you see something amazing and you develop a great friendship. So,
I like that analogy when you said like the hard outer shell. I was thinking of an M&M actually, and I think of the M&Ms and how there's a hard outer shell, but then right inside is the wonderful, sweet, smooth chocolate, right? I think that and you think about difficult relationships, I think that they might be difficult because somebody is one or both of them, or there could be a group of people, right? There's just something that they're dealing with.
Yep.
And I think a lot of times we want to know what we are concerned with, what we feel, which rightly so, we should be concerned with how we feel, but also we should consider how the other person feels and their perspective, and kind of look at it from their angle. I like how you said, you saw what he could become. The thing is, isn't that how God is with us? He knows what we could become. And he sees the potential in us. And so a lot of times challenges are placed, I don't say placed upon us, because I don't think God puts the challenge. I think that we gain the challenge just through natural life, just life, right?
Yep.
And so the challenge is there, but it's how we perceive it, how we respond to it, work through it, and it can be hard. Hey, Phil, and I know Jody's going to read that, so but the whole point of that is that as we work through the challenges, as we work through difficult relationships, as we keep forging through, if it's important enough to us, then we will find a way to make it happen. There's a solution to every problem. So whether it's in a relationship as a marriage, whether it's
with your kids with
whether
coworker,
you can find a solution. You just have to be willing to work for it, look through it. And a lot of times, I'll tell you what it is. It's eating some humble pie.
That is
because
true.
pride gets in the way, and the opposing, what is it? The opposing emotion of pride is humility. I wanted to say that's well. I'm not sure if the word.
No, I think that's perfect.
It is, and it's just a matter of letting down our pride, deciding that, hey, I really want this to work, or why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want something to work? And I think when we have things going on, in our lives that might be some history. Like you said, there's different histories.
Yep. And some people need to work through that history with you. And if you love them through the process, you develop a stronger bond. Your binders become stronger because your love becomes stronger, and you're able to weather the storm and love each other and grow together. And I think that's one of the big things is a lot of people miss the opportunity to grow together because they get their feelings hurt and they don't love and move past and go, you know what, it's not that important. What's important is the relationship that I have with me and you, or me and that person, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make it work. And I'm going to be invested in you, and hopefully you'll be invested in me, and we're going to love each other as we grow together. So,
yeah.
Yep. So let's throw this sucker in the oven.
But so Phil said something.
He just said he loves all the analogies. So
I like all the what?
The analogies.
I can't see.
She can't see. So
I should be using my glasses when I read the recipes.
Yes, you should.
But no. So if you have anything you want to add to this, guys, please do so. Comment even after we go off live. We'd love to just discuss it. I mean, one other thing I was just thinking of is like you might want, we're talking about pride and humility and respecting and loving. Part of that loving is forgiving.
Yes,
and
that's a big part.
That's where the pride, you let down your pride and you forgive, and that's not easy to do. Okay,
no,
I can attest to that. We've had issues between each other where it's like, you know what? No, I'm so upset about the situation, but I always hear the term forgive and forget. Okay, I can forgive easily, but it's the forgetting part that I'm thinking, how do you forget something that's been wrongfully done to you? How do you forget that? And I've come to the conclusion for me personally that it's not forgetting it's not necessarily forgetting that the instance happened. The thing is that as you forgive, remembering that part isn't so bad anymore. It's more of I can see why that could happen. Because guess what? I'm not perfect either. And I'm going to screw up. And I have screwed up. And so when we think that we've been wronged, there's always something that you can do to, or I guess, understand of yourself that you're not perfect either. So let's try to work together through the issue. But it does take both of you. Okay?
Yes,
it can't just be one person doing all the work and the other one's going, yeah, whatever.
No, if that happens, then you end up with the one side
Right.
and it ends up breaking up. So, yeah, it's just, and I love that. It is really, really important to forgive, and sometimes it's not easy to forget. And I don't think we're designed to forget. I think we remember to help us learn the lessons from that experience.
Right.
And both sides are learn something, and that's why I think one of the things that I've really learned is that sometimes forgiveness is as much for you as it is for you and the other person, because when you forgive somebody, it softens your heart and makes you a better person. Right. Because you're able to see, oh, you know what? Yeah, they made a mistake, and I'm going to let that go on my end. So really key important.
And I like what Phil just said. Phil said he wrote down that he finds that relationships take time.
Oh, yeah, it took me 3 years to win her heart, so.
But you're still winning it.
Oh, yeah, and that's an important thing. No, that's an important thing, is you never stop winning someone's heart. And the day that you stop winning their heart is when you're starting to move away from love. And so you need to continually be investing and growing and doing things together as a couple, so.
So yeah, that's I love that, Phil, though. You're right. It does take time, and no one can put the time frame on it, honestly.
Yeah. So
No one can. So you just never know. And so, like, again, if it's worth it to you, then you make it work by loving, respecting, getting rid of pride, being more humble, forgiving. That's how you mend. That's how you help relationships and difficult ones.
and how you build them. So
Okay, we're
awesome.
gonna put
All right,
this,
what do we got to do now?
I like this. Okay, so anyway, this is parchment paper. I've got a 9x13 pan. I just sprayed the parchment paper. It doesn't want to fit in here, so we're gonna start pouring this stuff in and spreading it. And this is gonna cook for 30 minutes. So we will be back in 30 to let you know if this is any good. Because just like relationships, sometimes they need a little tweaking if it's not very good, right? So we may have to tweak this, we may not. We'll see. I still am skeptical with the skeptical about the berries.
I think it's going to be great.
I would think so. It's kind of like putting raisins in, but I don't know.
I don't know. We shall see. So is that good or
Yeah,
what?
that's great.
Okay.
Let's
So
do that.
we're going to drop this in the oven. About 30 minutes. We'll be back. So
Okay, we'll see you in a little bit.
you guys have
Thanks,
a great
guys.
day. See
Take
ya.
care. All right, I'm going to turn this up. It's done.
Woo!
Here, I'm going to put this.
And our house smells awesome. I always love the smell of fresh desserts, especially when they smell like this. It smells really good.
And you know, I'm thinking about this going, I don't know, what is your definition of dessert? Because I'm like,
I don't know. I don't know. Let's try it. It might be like a breakfast bar.
that's kind of what I'm looking at, just because of what it is. Can you see it? Here, hold on. It's really soft.
It's probably a little gooey still. Probably
I
could have
think you
cooked it a
cooked
little
it. This was
longer.
30 minutes, so
I
we'll
don't know.
see.
Let's
We may
try
have to put
it.
it back in. Hang on. I'm gonna put it on the plate. I'm using this. Oh, the blueberries.
I know. It's
kinda
like
cool.
looks awesome.
Okay.
So I'm trying not to sneak a thing before we do it together. 'cause
Peanut butter. What are you doing?
I
What's on
got
your
it ready.
fingers?
That's what I took off the knife, so that's why I haven't done it. I haven't snuck a bite ahead of time.
Silly. Hi, Tanya.
All right.
No, it's too hot.
No, it's not.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
on my finger. Let's eat it.
Hold on. I gotta like cut it all up because this is very gooey.
It's very good.
Maybe it's because we need to let it cool off
Sit?
more.
I don't know, but
Okay.
I like it when it's fresh. So
We're gonna try it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be cooked a little more though.
Oh no. I think it just needs to sit.
I think it needs to be cooked some more, but it's still good.
What do you think? Tanya, should we cook it more or should we let it sit?
I don't know. It seems like it needs to be cooked a little
It's
bit
awfully
more.
hot.
It's not hot. I mean,
Wow.
usually when it's hot, you're going. You just pop that in
How's
your mouth.
that? How's that?
Yeah. You just pop that in your mouth.
Tanya, you gotta tell us. Should we cook
It's
it?
not even hot.
Okay.
I think it needs to be cooked for about 5 more minutes.
We'll put it back in the oven, but we won't have to come back and tell you that this is a good one. It was
I
pretty
like
simple.
it.
mean,
I like the berries.
yeah, I like the berries in it. That's a good combination. I bet you could put raisins, chocolate chips. I like the walnuts in it. I think you should put. I didn't even put anything in it. So
I
this
think
is
I
like
put more nuts in it. I put more.
Okay.
I double the nuts.
Here's the thing. This is kind of a nice overall like base that you could just add whatever you want in it. So the base was what? Oatmeal and peanut butter. Oh my gosh. Almond milk and banana. There's no egg in it.
That was the base. That's it.
And then just like the little
Obviously, I like it because I'm
salt
still
and-
eating it.
it's probably because he hasn't eaten in a long time because he's been sick. But anyway, but the base of it, and then you can just add whatever, craisins, raisins, more nuts, he said.
If you're going to splurge, you could put ice
Chocolate
cream on
chips.
this, right?
Ooh.
I knew she'd not good.
Anyways, thumbs up, Jody.
Thumbs up.
We'll keep it. You guys have a wonderful Sunday, and just remember with the, when you have difficult relationships or things that you're, want to work on and mend, I think for me, the good takeaways would be try to see the other person's side and understand them, as well as let your own pride down.
And love, love, love. Because sometimes it's really tough.
Yeah.
Except for me, I'm always lovable, so.
Wow. All right, everybody.
You guys have a
great
happy Sunday.
Thanks,
See ya.
guys. See ya. Bye. This is a good one. I don't want to cook it more. I like it.